This is a Flex Presents production. Please know that if you are having problems, contact a professional. Thank you. Hi everybody, it's Flex. I want to talk to you all about something that's very close to me, and it's a very important topic, but it's kind of dark, and that topic is suicide. It's Suicide Awareness Month / Prevention Month, and I thought this would be a good time to share some stories and let you know a little bit more about myself. I know several people, unfortunately, that have committed suicide for one reason or another. Destitution, just hopelessness, mental illness, several reasons. For a while there, I lost a friend a year to suicide. I'd say from 1986 until the mid-1990s, unfortunately. Lost a friend or two a year to suicide. I'll share a few of the stories so you can get an idea of some of the things that lead up to what ends up being the ultimate act. One person I know was bipolar and suffered with it for years, fought it for years, and did a stand-up job of trying to control it, and worked with medication to some extent, but didn't stay on it. And one sunny summer morning, she sent her family off to run some errands, and when they came back, she was hanging in the foyer. The one thing about suicide is it isn't just the act itself. I mean, obviously the person was in great distress. They were mentally crushed or destroyed and saw their only way out as suicide. And not saying that, they're selfish or anything. I'm just saying I think that when you enter into that suicide pact, if you will, or you decide that you're going to do it, you're not thinking about the collateral damage that you're going to leave behind. And there is an immense amount of collateral damage. There's an immense amount of questioning, like why did it happen? Was it me? Was it someone else? Was there a certain trigger? Was there some way that it could have been stopped? I mean, that's ultimately what everyone thinks when you go through that experience, is like, what could I have done to have helped or stopped this from happening? And the answer is sometimes nothing. Sometimes there's nothing you can do, and it leaves you powerless, and it's an awful feeling. It's an awful feeling. I'll give you one more example of another person. Seemed to love life. First one to laugh at a joke. Never seemed to have a down day. Never frowned. I mean, this person was just outgoing, happy. Seemed to have it all. And one night decided to hop in the car and turn it on in the garage with the garage closed and go to sleep. And that's this person did. And that one, for me, was a total mystery. I just could not fathom, that someone could put on a face like that when there was so much turmoil and destruction apparently going on underneath in the mind. So much, I guess, I hate to put it this way, but hatred for oneself. That you would carry on like that and then go ahead and carry through with the act anyway. So those are just two, stories that I have in my past as it relates to suicide. And anybody out there, if you're contemplating suicide, please contact the suicide hotline. I'll have the number in annotations in the video. But if you're at all contemplating it, please call out to anybody, to a preacher, to to the helplines, to a psychologist, a psychiatrist. I mean, fuck, I'm not saying even. I mean, go to a police officer. Tell him what's going on. I mean, you know, your life's worth it. You're worth it. Now we're going to talk a little bit about my experiences with suicide, personal experiences. I think for years, on several occasions, I tried to take my own life. I don't take that lightly. It's not a joke. I'm not breezing through this, but I'm bipolar, type 2 mixed, and I have been bipolar, I believe, since I was about 17. And there were many occasions where I did things where I shouldn't have lived when I came out the other side, and I did. And I'm not going to go into details because that might expose people that don't want to be exposed, so I'll just leave it at that. In closing, I think this, you know, it's an important topic to talk about, but it's really hard to talk about. And I hope that I, you know, threw something out there for you to think about a little bit. And again, if you do need help, get a hold of the suicide hotline, and I'll have the numbers in the annotations. Flex out.